Hello, good evening. Welcome to the Bobby Moore Stand. It's a Sunday night live transfer show. And we're going to talk transfers. That's going to come a little bit later. I hope you all got a chance to watch the delights of the Alphonse Areola-inspired 2-1 defeat in New Jersey to Man United last night. We're going to discuss that. There were some high points as well, some really good ones, actually. I'm going to test you out. I'm going to test you out on your 80s soul knowledge, right?
Oh gosh,
yeah. These two just failed miserably. Too young.
Right. We actually have taste. There is a distinct reason why.
Define taste. Chili vinegar.
Wow.
All right.
Chili vinegar.
You go there. 2-1, mate. 2 versus 1 here tonight. Chili vinegar.
Yes.
So look, and then we'll discuss the all the transfer news, everything that we've got in stock. But before we go there, we have a new member of the panel tonight making his first team debut. This is Martin. Martin, how you doing?
I'm fantastic. Absolute pleasure to be joining you both. Big fan of the channel. Looking forward to having a good chat.
Well, Martin was a big money transfer from TikTok, so you know he's coming. He's going to give it his best. You know, but yeah, Chris and I like watching his stuff on TikTok. It's very entertaining. So yeah, I think you're
That's very kind.
Before we start the show. And do a quick news roundup. If you watch the shows regularly, please can you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hit like and hit the bell notification icon. Especially hit like on the news. Too busy.
I'm fine, by the way, Gail. Thanks for asking.
Chris, how you doing, Chris? Sorry.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine. You know, now
we usually do two-man shows. So I'm only used to being polite to one person. So I'll reluctantly be polite to you. How you doing, Chris?
No. You've made your bed, mate. I got my hair cut today. I made an effort today. I thought so. You know, looking pretty good. I thought. No one else thought that, but yeah, no. You know, I'm doing all right. You all right? I'm not bothered. Be all right. You doing good? Yeah.
It's been a tough weekend, but a tough weekend socially. But I think I'm just about pulling it together. I've just been everywhere since Friday night. You know, I got back at 6 earlier and started planning the show. My God. Anyway, I'll be out of sleep later. So look, let's talk about 2 news items we've got. So I alluded to this the other day. Naif Aguerd looks like he's staying now, and apparently a bit more confirmation of that is that he's been given a shirt. We know that the number 5 shirt, iconic. It's described as Alvin Martin's finest. But it says transfer whispers have cooled. So the Sunderland interest and everything else, it's all gone away. So yeah, that's almost definitely. But the big news that came up a few days ago was around Lucas Paqueta, and I did a show because there was a lot out there at the time. There was even more out later in the evening because there was supposed to be an announcement. That was a rumor from the FA, and I kind of put 2 and 2 together with that Everton director whose name I can never remember, the former Everton director from a few weeks ago. He said that he was going to be let off, found not guilty. Later on, after I posted that show, that very story was everywhere, carried by all of the big journos, all of the big papers, saying that he will definitely be found not guilty. I don't know what the FA are doing, dragging their feet like this. But what do you think? What do you think, Chris?
Well, yeah. I mean, in my mind, I think he's already been proven innocent. So I think it's just a matter of time, isn't it, really, when we get the actual verdict, the official verdict from the FA. But I think it's great news for West Ham. It's great news for Paqueta. It's about time. It's been 2 years in the 2 years. I mean, 2 honestly excruciating years for fans, let alone the player. So my hope is that, we can keep hold of him. Would be amazing if we can keep hold of him. And yeah, he can have another season at West Ham and, have that weight shifted now because you think about it. I know, a lot of fans were digging him out, and I think we probably have as well over the course of the last couple of years saying what's happened to him. But there was a lot that he had to take on his shoulders, a lot to take on. And I think now that he's now basically free, it's like the shackles are off. He can go out there and he can do his stuff, right? And that's what I hope. If we can hold on to him, would be great.
Martin, do you think we can hold on to him? Do you think he'll stay?
Potter's quite good with the mind, and he managing the mind. So I think he's done that to Aguerd and convinced him to stay.
Yeah.
I think he's going to assess him on this trip. I did see there's 60, 70 million price tag been put on him this morning.
Oh, really? What's his price again? Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so they're not going to take anything less than that, apparently.
Yeah.
So,
Right. Well. Look, I partly agree with that, but that is based on Paqueta from 2 years ago, right? It's not based on the current Paqueta. The current Paqueta is a little bit intermittent. This is why I think he has to stay. We have to appreciate his full value again. How long's he been here? Because he was on a long 5-year deal. We don't want to get to like the last year, you know, obviously, because you have to let him go for peanuts. I think he's still got enough years on his contract. I think if he stays another year, there's 2 years to go off the top of my head. So it should be fine, shouldn't it?
Yeah, no, I think you're right. I think we need to keep him. If we're going to sell him, he needs to play well, doesn't he, for that price? To demand that sort of money.
Yeah, I think I would love to see him return to his former, you know, the old Paqueta, the sort of bad bastard, the one that was laying on his front laughing at either the Arsenal or the Spurs fans. They're both the same. I don't know which set of fans it was, but he was laughing at them, and the one that you know, done the little dance after scoring the penalty against Chelsea.
Amazing.
I saw the Chelsea fans on one of their fan channels going, "Oh, it has to be him! It has to be him!" Did it when he was dancing? I love all that. Yeah. So just to see him with the burden off his back for the last year would be brilliant.
I think he's looked better, hasn't he, in all the training videos? I wonder if he's known for a little while.
He must have done. He surely would have been the first one to find out, because there was that dancing video.
Yeah, with Fulkrug.
Yeah. I love that. I love all that stuff, and I like all the happy videos that's been coming out of the training camp as well.
Yeah, super positive. And I think, you know, Fulkrug seems to be front and center of all of that. You know, he really does. I've got a really good feeling about him this season. I think I said it last week, but yeah, I don't know. He's got the right attitude, isn't he? He's got a really, really good attitude. I think his work rate, everything about him so far, I think I think he's just going to want to go out there and show the fans what he's about, because he didn't get the opportunity to really do that last year. So it's like a new signing, you know. It's like a new signing for me. That's why I look at him.
Yeah, as is Aguerd, but he's a bit of a mini cult hero now. The German, the BFG, isn't he? After what he said.
He just needs to back it up, Gal. He just needs to back it up now, because, you know, talk is cheap at the end of the day. And don't get me wrong, I know the West Ham media, of course, they're gonna pay a lot of attention to Fulkrug, because we haven't signed another striker yet. So it's kind of like, you know, this is the guy that's really going to carry West Ham next season. So I'm not stupid, but Fulkrug is saying all the right things. Now he just needs to back it up. Why do you smile then when I say I'm not stupid? I say I'm not stupid. Big smile on your face. I saw that. But yeah, no, I think he's. Yeah, I can't remember what I was saying then, but no, I think he's purposely being put out there, isn't he? Really, is the guy, the go-to guy this season. Yeah. So he needs to back it up. He needs to score goals, because talk is cheap. But I think he can, because if we can get in the right service, we can get in the midfielders that we need, that creativity, you know, in the final third. And why can't he have a good season for us? No reason why not.
He's going to want to be in that German squad as well for the World Cup.
Yeah, true, very true.
It's a big season for him.
He's going to need to be fit and strong this season to do that. And he does look lean, doesn't he? He does look lean.
Yeah, he does. He looks much better. Someone said he'd lost nearly a stone in weight.
He looks like a different player, right? He does. His hold-up play was superb last night. That's what I took out of it. But let's talk about that game last night, you know, because as the title says, as the title of the thumbnail says, the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good, we'll talk about them later, the youngsters. The bad was Rodriguez. I mean, my God. And the ugly was the performance that Areola put in, which was comical. It was awful. 3 minutes in, you got a new player in Diouf. They get a bit of they're not used to playing with each other. So Diouf gets in the way. The keeper just has one plan. He's got a plan A only, no plan B. He tries to catch the ball as it lands on Diouf's head, loses it, and then just turns around and takes their player out. Penalty, stonewall penalty. There was no need, was there?
No, we've seen it before.
Yeah.
I think the pressure's on him. I think he knows he can't play that system. He can't play out from the back, can he? The second goal was just giving the ball away. We'd done it last season, didn't he? Yeah. He just can't do it.
And not only that, for the second goal, you know, when that shot, he not only gave the ball away, his positioning was just shot, wasn't it? I mean, it
Yeah,
literally an
just
open goal, wasn't it?
like a
It's
bloody
like
scarecrow.
yeah, it was. It was like it reminds me of like when you're playing FIFA or something, right? When you try and do like a stupid little kind of I'm going to run out of the goal with my goalkeeper, you know, and then
Yeah.
he was like in no man's land. But I
Yeah.
mean, the passing. I mean, we all know distribution is a major issue. It's been a major problem with our goalkeepers for a number of years now. And I think, you know, when you look at that game, and I know we'll break it down in a little bit more detail, but it just highlights what we already know as fans. And I think just really is going to hopefully emphasize the need to go out there and get a new goalkeeper and get some new midfielders, because those were clearly the weak links for us yesterday. It was just evidently clear. It really was.
And I don't think we can do much about that apart from play the kids, give them a longer role. But I do still feel that that the manager's trying to put these players in the shop window. I mean, they're not doing very good at selling themselves, are they? I mean, Rodriguez was woeful. Ward-Prowse, 5 out of 10 for effort, but other than that, quality weren't there. And Souček, he had one of those games where he was akin to a traffic cone. So it was, you know, he put in a fair bit of effort, Souček, but he's so ill suited to that system. Having all three of them together is probably the worst combination of midfield we can think of. Yeah.
It is 100%. And I think, you know, you spoke about Rodriguez. I mean, the geezer, we all know that he's slow, but that midfield, obviously Manchester United's midfield, were bypassing that midfield every single time. So you're talking Ward-Prowse, Rodriguez, incredibly slow. Souček was slightly more advanced than them. And I genuinely do not remember him touching the ball more than twice in the first half. He probably did. It was very late, early in the morning, right? So I can't really remember that much, but he just won in the game. He had one header where he probably should have scored it, if I'm being honest with you. But aside from that, I mean, good God. I mean, the problem is Man United's passing was so much more quicker and slicker than ours. It was that they were moving that ball in the transition so much more faster than we were. But it was all stemming from midfield, because if you look at Fulkrug's position, he was dropping deep quite a lot. And, you know, you don't want to see him drop deep. He's probably thinking, you know, I have to drop deep, because if I don't drop deep, I'm not going to get the ball here. So, you know, it wasn't ideal. But again, like as you say, it's the midfield for me. And you can look at the defence, but the defence would not be under that much pressure if we got the right midfielders in. Simple as that.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. That is what happened. I mean, Todibo and Kilman, Naif Agued for me was the pick of the back three last night. I think he did quite well. He done better than the last game, and Diouf on the outside did pretty well as well. Nothing dangerous really came down that side, I don't think. There was a bit of last gasp defending at times in the box, but a lot of their chances came from either a mistake by one of our midfielders or the midfielders not shutting down effectively enough. And it was basically the midfield was bypassed as they went on a counter-attack, and you ended up with a fast player running against either Todibo or Kilman. They didn't try and race Agued, because I don't think they would have beaten him in a race. That's his strength, isn't it? But yeah, it left them exposed, and we've got to stop having a midfield that leaves the defence exposed. Otherwise, we're going to just have the same problem again. But I'm not going to get worried about this. It's a friendly. It's a pre-season friendly. You know, who cares? It's for fitness.
When the kids come on, you could see the energy levels in midfield. Suddenly we had a bit of energy about us. I mean, it's glaringly obvious, isn't it? They're too old and slow.
But way too old and slow. And firstly, Potsy, he brought legs into the midfield, bags of energy, even carrying the ball up pitch and winning a free kick at one point. Really like him as a player. I don't know why. I mean, I understand why Potter's playing these oldies at the moment, because he probably wants to drip feed the kids in gradually. But also, I think he wants to get rid of those players, and we're not getting any bids for them at the moment.
Yeah, I think you're right.
We won't get any bids for him.
Well, I think we'll get a bid from Spain somewhere for Rodriguez, but we ain't going to get the money back on him. We might as well just give him away. He's worth nothing to us, really, is he, as a footballer? He did well against ManU at Old Trafford, but that was the ManU that had the really static midfield. Yeah,
he suits games like that. When it's hot and the play's slow, he comes to life, doesn't he? It suits him.
Yeah, he's a good player at that speed. But as soon as the ball starts getting, pinged around him, he's ineffective. And he made several. He lost possession in key areas several times. You do not expect that from a World Cup winner, no matter how fast you are.
He was second to everything. And even when he was trying to tackle and win the ball, he was nowhere close to it. I mean, he could have got a card on one occasion. If that was a normal Premier League competitive game, he would have been carded.
Yeah.
There was somewhere he went in and he was nowhere near the ball. You know, he's so off the pace of playing at that level for West Ham in the Premier League. I think, you know, he cannot be a consideration to start next season. You know, even if we end up not selling him, he can only be a bench player or playing absolute emergencies. I'd rather play Potsy ahead of him without question. I'd rather play Andy Irving over him. You know, in fact, I pretty much would rather play anyone over him.
I totally agree. I totally agree with all of that. I don't think there's there's no justification for me to not have, when you've got youngsters, at least they're gonna have legs. They're gonna be able to put the work rate in, even if they're not the fastest, they'll be able to get up and down. Ward-Prowse is very vanilla for me as a footballer. He's very meh. And you know, good, honest pro and everything else, but I don't think he brings anything to us as a footballer. Souček will gradually bring us less and less in this system, even though I love him. You know, he's a bit of a cult hero. He loves the club and everything else. I'm pretty sure he's going to end up going to Everton. I mean, let's hope he has a blinder against Everton, because Moisey would be wetting himself to bring him in.
Yeah.
You know,
Rodriguez was free, wasn't he? It was a free signing.
Yes, he was free. He was out of contract, but I've heard we're asking like 5 or 6 million for him, which for me sounds ridiculous. He's on big wages as well. He's on big wages, and the Spanish teams are not going to pay those big wages. So, you know, it's a sort of thing where if you charge a fee, you know, there is a chance that there can be something done where I don't know how long a contract he was on. It couldn't have been 3 years, could it? Or was it?
I think it was. I think it was a 3-year contract. Yeah. I think it was. But you know, you're right. I think we need to let him go. We can't be demanding a fee for the geezer. Like, I'm sorry. Just the fact that he's on about 85 grand a week. He's up there in our top 5-6 earners. We need to let him go, because, you know, that money can be utilised for other players elsewhere. Just it's crazy.
He's got, say a Spanish side are going to pay him 30 grand a week. You've got a 55 or 50 grand a week gap there that needs to be made up. And so this is where I think it makes more sense to let him go on a free and let what would be the transfer fee go towards compensating him for wages. He surely wouldn't expect to earn the same over there either. So there's probably about a 30 or 40 grand gap in reality. And as a player who's won so much, surely he'd want to play for a team where he can compete and look decent, shouldn't he?
Well, you'd think so, because at the moment, if he carries on the way he is, he's only going to be remembered as probably being an absolutely horrific football player for West Ham, you know, and in the Premier League, not good enough. Yet, as you rightly said, he's a World Cup winner. You know, he has been a good player. He's better in playing in the Spanish league. So go back to where you actually look better. You know, what's more important to him? Is he going to be sitting on the bench? Because I think Potter needs to be quite clear about this and say, listen, Guido, if you're going to stay here, you're not starting. Not a chance in hell. You're on the bench. However, we can let you go for free, but it may well mean that you might need to let go of some of that salary you're earning at West Ham. Then it's his decision. Either he's going to sit there and see out his career, or he can go back out there and prove a point and show what he's about in the Spanish league again. You know,
well, he ain't going to be starting because he barely got off the bench last season.
I know. Right. I know.
Who makes these decisions? We're supposed to have like a recruitment team. Who came up with the idea of signing that fella?
Well, it was Lopetegui's choice. Him, Soler, and Kilman were Lopetegui's picks.
Wow,
that's it. He was given. That's the way it was run last season. The manager get a couple, Sullivan gets a couple, and whatever. Yeah, the director of football got a couple as well. And he brought in Guilherme, one of them. Guilherme got played in later in this game by Paqueta. Beautiful pass. We haven't mentioned the goal yet. The goal with Bowen, what a fabulous finish. It was a great ball from Sadibo, which is something that we ain't seen him do at West Ham. He did it a lot at his previous club. He looked lighter. He looked like he's done some weight. You know, I'm hoping. I've just seen a comment there from Dan Neal saying he'd never be able to play 90 minutes in the Premiership at this rate. I don't know. You know, he started last season out of shape, out of condition, and then he basically sat on the bench for quite a long time. And it was only when Potter came in that he finally got regular game time, wasn't it? So, and he gradually worked his way up, but he couldn't last 90 minutes. I would expect him to do that this season. Why wouldn't you? Right. So let's hope he turns out to be all right. But what a brilliant finish, wasn't it, from Bowen?
Amazing.
Yeah.
Wrong foot as well. It's just amazing. He's a serious top player.
Yeah. great
Well,
surroundings as well.
He's been practicing on that, right? I mean, if you looked at the post-match interview, I mean, he specifically said for the last 5 years he's been working on his weaker foot. If you looked at that and you didn't know any better, you'd probably say that was his stronger foot, wouldn't you? I mean, what a good finish that was on his right. Because I think if you're a centre half and you're seeing him coming at you, you think you're right, he's going to come in, cut in on his left-hand side and probably swing it into the bottom corner, right?
Yeah.
Like the keeper's probably bottom right or something like that. But yeah, like I think I didn't see that. I thought he was going to cut in on his left, but he just goes to show he's got the ability, isn't he? He's got the ability to do it on either foot.
He really has, yeah. And that was, I mean, it was just clinical. It was just like assassin stuff. It was it was a fairly even balanced game at that point, wasn't it? We got back into it. The last 20 minutes, the kids basically took control with Paqueta, pushed Man United back into their own half. I mean, they were stuck there for the rest of the game, and we had a couple of decent chances. The one with Guilherme where he was played in by Paqueta. He had Bowen available in the middle, chose to shoot, didn't score. But it weren't a bad shot, but he should have taken the better option. We've seen him do that before a few times. Yeah. But at least he's getting in those positions.
I think he's desperate to prove a point, Gal. That's what he is. He's desperate to prove a point. Why he's at West Ham, and I get why he took his shot. It was a friendly game. I mean, you wouldn't want to see him do that in the Premier League this season, but when coming up, but. Yeah, he was close. I mean, he wasn't that far away, mate. I mean, he put a lot behind that. And the keeper, I mean, you could see the keeper wasn't getting to that. That could have been a top binge job. Could have been. But yeah, you're right. I mean, in any other game, you want to see him squared out of the bone. It's an easy finish, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. And also there was a chance, half chance, I say, right at the end with Bowen. Again, another decent finish from Bowen, wasn't it? It falls to say about the keeper. But it could have been. I remember getting a bit despondent last year watching the US tour and in amongst the Falk Lightning and the tractor ploughed fields. It was a little bit grim, and we were getting stuffed. We didn't get stuffed. That's the positives I'm taking, and I'm also taking one massive positive, and that is we saw a couple of very good kids. Potsy, I feel sure will be a part of the first team and used, but another one who I didn't know existed. Now, this is a test for you out there. How old are you? Do you like 80s soul? When I saw Fearon, I thought Phil Fearon and Galaxy, right? They've never fucking heard of him.
Okay, ask the chat. No. Ask the chat, right? Does anyone know who Phil Fearon is? Right? Does anyone know who he is?
So fucking sort me out, chat. Come on, come back.
No, and don't be googling it.
Credibility.
Yeah, don't be googling it.
Dancing Tight was the main
I don't want the chat googling it. I'll just, you know, does anyone know? Just a straight yes or no, because I've never heard of the geezer. You might, and you don't know who he is either, do you?
If you like mid-80s,
I heard of him for the first time this morning.
Yeah, I don't know. But
Martin Barrett saying no. Claire saying no.
Had no idea. I'm on my own here. Yes, Tommy's going yes. Foxes are screaming yes.
No, he's saying they're saying yes to no. Basically, it's kind of like
no.
No clue.
Undecipherable. Swap ball proud for Fernandez. You're not answering my question, but yeah, I agree with that. Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to call him Phil from now on, Phil Fearon. But his name is Preston Fearon, which to me don't work. It should be Phil anyway, right? So here's what it is. Oh, there's a Spurs fan in here. There's a Spurs fan in here, Claire. Get shot. Get shot. Sorry, Dave. See you later.
We have none of that round here.
He showed himself. You don't do that, Dave. Silly thing to do.
I don't care. As long as you're not.
No, I know. But don't go putting come and you Spurs in there. Come on, it's just not right, is it? Yeah, we'll be laughing at you after Caduceus settled down in a couple of months' time. Be having a good laugh. Be having a good laugh.
Bye, Dave. Claire, absolutely ruthless. Bang.
Yeah, she's ruthless. She's taking
well Claire.
Yeah. Right, straight in there. Okay, so I really like Fearon. He looks a well-balanced player, very, very confident. Couldn't wait to went and got the ball. Couldn't wait to get hold of the ball. Confidence to run with it. Confidence to pass. He's fast. He's tricky, and he came out of the same situation as Declan Rice, thrown onto the scrap heap by Chelsea. That's where he come from. I like him.
Isn't it funny how, you know, like over the years, we always talk about certain players that are coming through, you know, coming from the youth team, and they, you know, kind of expect them to do well. But there's always one that just comes through, and people's like, "What? Who's he?" You know, because I mean, if you look at it, even if you go back, you know, when Declan Rice came through, he was not like the predominant name that you would look at. It was probably more like Reece Oxford or someone like that. He came in and obviously just got better and better and better. But yeah, I agree with you. I thought that Fearon lad. I mean, I've heard of him, but I don't know anything about him. But from last night, what you could see was really quick on the half turn. When he was getting the ball, he was moving it quickly. He was getting into good positions, really good movement off the ball, good awareness. And he was always, as you said, he always wanted the ball, and he was always looking to get the ball forward. It reminded me a little bit of, I remember when I saw the debut of, and I'm not comparing this, by the way, before I get absolutely, slagged off for this. But it reminded me a bit of when Joe Cole made his debut against, I think it was against Swansea in like 95, 96, whenever it was, I can't remember. And he came on absolutely fearless. So I'm calling him Fearless Ferron. That's his new name for me, because he was fearless, mate. He was fearless, wasn't he?
Always be Phil for me, but I've got to put a comment up. Phil Fearon plays for City. What, the guy that was with the group, Phil Fearon and Galaxy? He's now taken his soul tunes into Man City.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't know. But look, I was quite happy. I didn't expect people to know, but there was a few affirmatives in there, so I feel like, I feel justified. So it'll always be Phil for me now. But yeah, what did you think, Martin? You watched it back earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, I mean, that's a great comment from Chris. The confidence, and it just seemed like he'd been there for ages. But, he did win the Dylan Tobias award, didn't he? The Academy Award last year. So,
did he?
Yeah,
he did.
So,
okay, that explains it. He's obviously caught their eye, because why wouldn't you? I really like him, and so we've got a bit of a problem. We've got a bit of an age gap on this podcast now. So there's me, the elder statesman. There's Chris, slightly younger. Then we've got Martin in the youth team, isn't it?
What? Wait, no. Why am I saying no? Do you know what? Sorry, Mike. I'm calling you out here. I'm calling you out here.
God.
I know you fucking did this on purpose. I'm the youngest. Yeah. I am the youngest. So not by much. Martin and I are quite similar ages, aren't we? You're 2 years older.
Yeah, we are.
Oh, you're 2 years older. Oh, you're still the youngest, Chris.
Yes.
Fucking hell.
I just got a young face.
Yeah, he was
yeah.
It sounded better in my head. Right.
Just because you could dig me out. Yeah, I get it.
I just thought I'd have a go, wouldn't I? But the reaction.
Well, you'll always be the oldest, mate. So don't worry,
But the reaction was excellent. Well done. So, so let's talk about the transfers. I don't think anything else to talk about from the game.
I think you kind of covered pretty much most of it.
Yeah.
Agüed, I thought he looked decent at times. Again, like, we do seem to lack pace at the back, and I think Agüed is the only one that offers us that. There was a couple of occasions when what's his face, the fella up front for United, I forget what's his name, the blonde geezer. What's his name? Come on, Gary. You were talking about the other day that you wanted him.
Man United players, Chris.
Hoyland. Like he was in a foot race with Kilman, and there was no competition.
He left him.
But he's not the fastest player. That's the worst thing about it. You think we're going to come against faster strikers than Hoyland, whatever his name is. So that does worry me. So I think Agüed being back is absolutely critical, because we need someone with pace at the back. I must say as well, actually, and I do dig him out sometimes, as you know, although I know that you've got a love for him, is Mavropanos.
Superman.
He was composed.
He was magnificent, wasn't he?
I'm not going that far.
It's 9 out of 10.
Honestly, I know you've got a hard on for him, mate, but I'm not going to go that far. But he did play. The thing is, he does have the attributes that some of our defenders don't have. He does have pace. He does have strength. And I've got to say, for me, he looked better than Todibo when he came on. He did. Yeah, he looked better than Todibo.
I agree.
Yeah, he was bringing the ball out of defence, wasn't he? I thought he was good. I thought Gary was just looking at him with his Greek god glasses on. When I watched it back, I thought he played well.
Yeah, he did. What a magnificent specimen he is. So,
God's sake.
Where's the shirt, Gary? Are we not having the shirt on the wall?
I just got back shortly before the show, so I ain't had a chance to put it in his frame yet. So Chris,
he's wearing it. He's wearing it underneath his shirt there. That's what he's doing. Yeah. No, I'll go through some of the comments. Apologies. We've not gone through 2 minutes. Right. Okay, let's just go for this. Best signing that we made, Martin. I think they're referring to you, mate. So there you go.
Oh, wow.
I think they are anyway.
Yeah.
But, that's very kind, Danny.
Not sure if I'm happy about that, but okay. Hello, Martin. Welcome. People are welcoming you, Martin, as well. There you go. What else we got? Another one from Danny. Well done to Linuses. Absolutely. They won on penalty kicks tonight, didn't they?
That wound you up just before we came on, didn't it, Chris?
Yeah.
Why did it wind me up?
I don't know. I'm not saying anything.
No, I'm happy that they've done well. The only thing that I dislike about it just to be clear, I'll be careful about what I say here, is how they keep throwing it back in, like, the England's men's team. Oh,
Yeah.
you ain't won anything since '66 and we've won. I know you can't compare, right? But I'm very pleased for them. It's good for the country. It's good for them. Well done, Chloe Kelly, with your weird kind of obscure penalty kick that you take.
Yeah.
So no, it's great. It's great news. It's always good. Come on, massive supporter of women's football, mate. What are you saying?
Can I just say?
At least I watched it, mate.
Yeah, I know. Well, I did see. Yeah, but I went to see West Ham against Man City in the FA Cup final a few years ago. So I've done that. It was a good day out.
That's it.
Good day out.
Okay.
Anytime they get to a cup final, I'll be there. That's what I promise. Yeah.
Glory hunter, basically.
Yeah,
then,
I am.
Glory hunter for women's football. Very nice.
Yeah.
Okay, West Ham United saying 95 need to get rid of Areola. He's making basic mistakes and blaming the defence. It's sounding pathetic. We need much better than that. And soon, hopefully, we'll have Mads and Elliot. Yeah, no, totally agree. Yeah. We've been calling this one out for ages, as we did earlier in the show. We do need a keeper. And
I mean, remember back to Forest last year and all the other mistakes. I mean, he's accident prone. He's a good shot stopper in certain situations. He made a few good saves in this game, but fuck me, he was responsible for 100% of the goals.
Yeah,
yeah,
he was. Yeah, I mean, if we have, mate, I'm not being funny. There's part of me that thinks if we had Fotheringham in goal, we wouldn't have made those mistakes. I might be wrong here, but
yeah.
I'm just saying it's just basic schoolboy errors. What's Kat saying? Yes, Chris, the kids are exciting. I'm assuming you mean the actual kids on the pitch and nothing else. But yeah, no, you're right there, Kat. I agree. I think we've got some good youngsters coming through, and I think they could get into the team this season. No reason why not. Paul, trust Fearon could do a real good job for us. Do you think he's going? You know what? Do you think that he's going to get game time for us this season? I know it's hard to call now because he's only just made a cameo sub appearance. But do you think we would get?
We don't know where he is in his development cycle, do we? We don't know whether he's first team ready now, or if they're just giving him a bit of experience. I kind of hope, and from what I saw, the thing that's difficult to square up is that was against the weaker Man United side, not against the first half Man United side. So it's difficult. I'd like to see him get game time before they take all the first team players off and see how he does. What do you reckon, Mike?
Yeah, I can't see him getting in the side. Maybe he'll go out on loan. I can't see Potter putting him in, to be honest.
Oh, come on, Martin. Let's get a bit optimistic. Come on. That's what we do it. I think he's the next Messi. I'm joking, but I think he looks good. I think he genuinely, technically, he looks very, very good. And sometimes when you've got a fearless player like that, you just need to unleash him. And I'm not comparing him to all these world-class players of years gone by. But look at Wayne Rooney when he broke through and he was 16. Yeah, played like he was playing street football. When you see someone like Fearon come on yesterday against Man United, and he's got like 40, 50,000 people at that stadium. That's a big thing to deal with. That's a big event for him to deal with as a youngster. But he is 18. He's not 17, 18. He's 18 years old, Gal.
Yeah, he's old enough.
He won as Martin said, he won the Dylan Tombidis Award last year. I think he was captain as well. I think he was captain for some games. Yeah. Why not?
By the way, we ain't discussed Diouf. I quite like what he does, getting up and down the line, and he took the ball really neatly a few times. He chased the ball out of play a few times and nearly managed to salvage it. Decent cross on him. I think he's rough around the edges defensively, but we kind of knew that, didn't we?
Yeah, he's an athlete though. He's a hard-working athlete, and he up and down. You need someone like that in that position.
I don't think.
Hope we get this back three right, but hopefully Aguirre does solve that.
I was just reading a comment in there saying not sure about Diouf. KWP should be our left back. It's too early to judge. He's just arrived and he's playing a couple of friendlies with a team that is going to be probably completely different in a few weeks' time or a month's time. So let him settle, let him get familiar with his teammates.
Yeah, he didn't get much of the ball yesterday, unfortunately, and obviously he got hooked in here around about 70th. But I think it is too early to call. But when you looked at him when we played against Grasshoppers, he was getting up and down that line. Pace in abundance. He was always looking to get the cross in. He wasn't faffing around playing it backwards or sideways.
Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Martin. Yes, I was around with Phil Fearon, who was at his peak. The cat. Well done, the cat.
Where'd you dig that comment out from, Gal?
No, it just came in. There's been several of them.
But moving on. Difference between the starting team and the last 15 minutes was incredible. The kids need minutes now. Totally, because that was, I think, fundamentally the difference. It was that energy that we had in the middle of the park. You got Potsy in there, Theron in there, and suddenly it looked like we had a bit more control. You know, you could say that Man United made changes as well, and that does impact things. Of course it does, but it was nice to see that raw energy on the pitch, which we didn't have.
Yeah.
No pace, nothing there, and suddenly we did.
It was a struggle because I went out last night and got in 11:45. I thought the game was Sunday night, not last night. Heard it was on in 15 minutes. Sat down with a pizza. You know how pizza makes you a little bit sleepy once you've eaten it. And I did put that pizza away. My God, I did. And I struggled for the first 70 minutes, I must admit. And then I was wide awake by the end of the game because that last 20 minutes really excited me. I loved it.
Yeah. No,
it was good. The end of the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't do the pizza at fucking 1 a.m. like you do, though, mate.
No, I don't usually. But I'd had a little drink. So pizza, it was either that or a kebab, Chris. It's the only two choices, right?
Yeah, it's true. No. Look, I know you need your food, mate. I know you need your food. We all, yeah. Chris saying he'd sell Guido for a 99 with or without the chewing gum ball. Yeah, I'd sell him for the cone, mate. To be honest with you, honestly, I don't want to sell him. Just get rid of the guy. I'll drive him back to Spain. Evil Claire. No, it's not. Do we call it Evil Claire?
Mean Claire.
Evil. Sorry, Claire. That's really harsh. I didn't mean it like that. You're not evil. So I hope Bots watches back the training videos and the social media that team are putting out, because you can see who wants to be here and is a team player and who couldn't care less. Yeah, no, I agree. But I haven't really noticed, and I don't know about you guys. I mean, Martin, I know you watch a lot of these videos as well, you know, on social media. Yeah. It seems from my perspective that everyone seems pretty happy. Do you see any kind of players within the videos that obviously have been out there so far that don't look overly happy or part of the team or anything like that?
No, I think the whole vibes, there's been a lift. And I don't know if we've changed our social media team as well. The videos just seem better.
A lot better. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely they're making a conscious effort of picking people out.
Yeah.
Fulcrum mainly. Yeah.
Day in the life.
Features every time. Every time he does. I
think Anton interviewed him in a taxi, didn't he, yesterday? I see that pop up earlier.
Yeah.
Seems to be focusing on him a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you guys think about Anton Ferdinand. He does get on my wick a little bit sometimes.
He used to get on my wick as a player. He used to get on my wick as a player because he used to come running. I was miserable already because I kept my seats in the Bobby Moore, but temporarily went across because I had young kids to the upper east, and I didn't like the seats. I liked the guy in front of me. Didn't like the seats, but every fucking game he used to come across and start clapping the fans in the corner. I know it's a nice thing to do, but it was just like I didn't want to. I don't feel it. I don't feel he'd earned that privilege to be the one that came over and done that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I just the thing that I've got, and maybe Martin will have a different opinion, right? But with Anton Ferdinand, for me, I think he always rode off the name a little bit. He was a decent player for us. Don't get me wrong. I think when he played at centre half with Danny Gabardon for that first season back in the Premier League, I think they were great. Two pacey centre halves, great. Scored a cracking goal against Fulham. He was good. But I think what annoys me about him, sorry about this, I shouldn't really be slagging the ex-players off, but I can't help it, is that whenever he's on West Ham social media, it always refers back to his career. So it's like when you're interviewing someone, he's always going, when I was a pro, what it means to be a West Ham player. Yeah. Like, all right, mate, that was years ago. But you buggered off to Sunderland and QPR, mate. So just stop cracking on. Important
point. He's far better than his brother. I love Anton compared to his brother. I can't stand Rio. Can't stand Rio.
Yeah.
But that's a no-brainer, though. I mean, Rio Ferdinand. I mean, he's a twat, isn't he? Let's be honest. I mean, he doesn't speak positively about West Ham whatsoever anymore. It's like as if he never played for us.
He thinks he's a mank, doesn't he? He talks like a mank, right? So I just remember one great memory of Anton rising like a salmon. I think scoring against ManU, didn't he?
Yeah. I know the goal. Yeah, he did. But the greatest goal that he scored, to be fair to him, and I'll take, I'm trying to even this out a little bit. I feel like I've snagged him off a bit, but he did score a great goal against Fulham. Yeah. That half turn when he span round and volleyed it. Do you remember that? That was a cracking finish. That was, wasn't it?
Listen, he's harmless. I'm not going to have. I never go at him. I won't ever go at him. He annoyed me a little bit as a player, but I thought he did more good than bad.
I like a bit harsh on him.
Like Tompkins, right? I liked Tompkins at the time as well.
Yeah. Basildon boy, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Claire's loving Anton. Doesn't like his brother. Yeah, with you on that.
Well done, Claire. Exactly.
At least he represents West Ham, doesn't he? He still represents us well.
Well, he does with a few quid in his back pocket. I mean, let's be honest. Come on, at the end of the day, he's a West Ham's paid
They've all
section.
got
I
to
mean, he's
make a
getting
living,
3
though.
trips out to America. Like, of course, you're going to be like pro West Ham, aren't you? That's the thing. I mean, I'm sure if QPR came calling or if Sunderland came calling, he'd be like, yeah, ambassador for the club, he's paying more.
You don't know that. You're putting words into his mouth. He probably turned off, right? So let's talk about transfers now, shall we?
Yeah, crack on.
How long we've been going? 40 minutes. We're not doing bad for time, actually, for us.
I know. It's impressive stuff, mate.
Now, the first one, the one that makes the hairs on the back of your neck stand up out of fear rather than, any form of excitement, that is Callum Wilson. Apparently the latest is he's turned down, he's snubbed Saudi millions and a Leeds flirtation, whatever that is, to focus on the fantastic offer of a 1-year pay-as-you-play deal for West Ham, right? He scored, I gave a stat out the other day, he scored 12 times in 16 games against us. So at least we'll be taking away that possibility. If we could sign Woods as well, I'll be all happy, and anyone else that usually scores against us.
He'll probably score an own goal against us.
just to keep up the record. You know what I mean? To keep up the record.
Martin, what do you think about Callum Wilson? Because you've done a video on him, and that made me laugh. Right, so I'm going to stand back here and hear what you've got to say about Callum Wilson.
That was a funny video.
I can't make it make sense. I mean, I hope I'm wrong, and if he does come, then he scores loads of goals. I hope I'm wrong, but I just can't see it. I mean, he's hardly played any football. I think Andy Carroll's played more football than him last season. It just doesn't make sense, does it?
No.
It's your recurring nightmare, isn't it? You were saying on your video?
Yeah, he's haunted me forever. I remember that Payet season, that hat-trick. That was the first I've seen him. And from that moment onwards, he's destroyed us, hasn't he? Whenever he can.
Yes.
Now he's having one last negative impact on the club just before he retires.
He's really pushing people's mental health, isn't he? I mean, it's not as if he's caused us enough stress and problems over the years. Now he's going to join us, but
I'm struggling to get my head around it. I said the other day, what I'm going to do is try and if he signs, put a picture of him on the wall and try and be nice to the picture. That's what I'm going to do. Going to start little baby steps, because the last thing I remember is him laughing at me directly in the Bobby Moore Lover. Yeah, after he scored for Newcastle, it was definitely aimed at me. That's what I remember.
You can't dig him out for that, Gal. You get that a lot from a lot of people, So
that's true.
You can't mistake him off. But no, I'm with obviously with the consensus of fans on this one. I don't get it myself either, and I don't actually understand, if I kind of flip this slightly, not from our kind of thought process, but from the player's perspective, why he would want to come here. Because, he's not an idiot. He only needs to go on social media once and he'd be like, bloody hell, they don't want me. They really don't want me. Like, why would I want to go to West Ham when I'm clearly not wanted by anyone? Now, don't get me wrong. If he signs for West Ham, of course, we get behind him. He's a West Ham player. We'd all support him. 100%, right? Would never boo him, nothing like that. But whilst he's not a West Ham player, and potentially we may have an influence him in not becoming a West Ham player, I don't want him. And I personally don't think he's going to join. I don't know what you guys think. I'll let you talk.
There's not a recent update, to be honest. I mean, there is. It's 27th today. It has been reported today, right, that he's close to signing for us. So I'm worried. It's been reported in more than one place as well, 3 places to be precise.
Would you reckon he's going to join?
I do, yeah. I'm just working on myself, psychologically. Got to get my head around it, Lots to come to terms with. Yeah.
It's not a hard
deal
Martin,
to do. What are you going to do?
What
are you going to do, Martin, when he signs? How are you going to learn to love him?
Oh, well, anyone who puts on that shirt, I'll back.
Yeah.
Just got to hope that it works for us. But it's not a hard deal to make happen, is it? He's a free agent, salt house client. I think it would have happened by now if it was happening. I don't get all these reports. Everything's agreed, and
there's one thing I hate. There's an option, 1 year plus option. It's like, no, take that fucking option away, right? Because what would be typical was he'd come in, he'd bash in a few goals. Everyone would be raving about him. He's signed another year. Oh, where's he gone? He's injured.
Yeah, and that's going to happen,
Yeah.
Why are we that club? Like, honestly, it baffles me. Why are we the club that's like, oh yeah, we'll give them like a 3-year contract, we'll give them an option or an obligation? Why do we do this every time? Honestly, and whenever there's a freebie going around, I know I get the links between Salthouse and Sullivan West. I get it all right, but I don't understand. You know, I think that we, as a fan base, had a big influence when Joey Barton was on the verge of signing for us. Like, no one wanted him. There was like a massive fan revolt that said, "No, we do not want him at West Ham," and it didn't happen. And I think a big part of that is because
he Salthouse?
That's why I don't think Wilson was going.
Was he?
I don't care what house he was. He's a shit house.
Shit house.
I don't know, mate. But yeah, he was a fucking shit house, mate. But my point is though, regardless of whether he's Salthouse or not, we didn't want him. You know, we did not want him. Unequivocally, the fan base said no. Yeah. Piss off, right? And he never joined us, and that was great. And I'm hoping the same happens with Wilson.
I don't think they care, to be honest. If I'm, you know, if it's through Salthouse, it's Salthouse deal. Then, you know, and again, listen, we can't affect it. If it happens, it happens. We'll just see what happens. I don't want to cane the geezer. All I say is I don't want it to happen. I've said that a few times, nor does anyone else, as far as I can see. But hopefully, we don't get. This is one of those Salthouse specials, I think, where Potter has said, rather than have what you've offered me, I don't want a striker. And you got to have a striker. And then he's brought him in, because don't forget, he can bring in a striker without Potter saying yes. Yeah. So
the news was on that though. Potter apparently has come out and said, "I do not want Wilson." Right? Yeah. He's said that, right? Apparently today or yesterday, whenever it was. So if that's the case, then he's obviously undermining him publicly, because Potter has said publicly he does not want the player. Yeah. Which again is another reason why I don't think it will happen, because it's going to look ridiculous if it happens now. It kind of will, honestly. If that's true that Potter said that, then what are we doing? I mean, honestly, I think Mikel Antonio scoring the other day, I think he scored 2, didn't he, for the under-21s. Honestly, I'd rather keep hold of him. You know what you get with him, and at least he's not a shit house. Like, you look at Callum Wilson, like what Daniel's saying here. You know, I'll never back Wilson. It's his point of views that I personally wouldn't deal with it.
I agree with that. That's why I stopped listening to that podcast, because it used to wind me up, because he used to demean West Ham quite a lot. And that's what I mean. I'm going to have trouble getting me head around it. But, you know, the thing is, what's got a habit of happening is if he's on a pay-as-you-play deal, he'll suddenly be the fittest Wilson you've ever seen. He'll probably be available in most games. He'll score a few goals, celebrate, kiss the badge, and there you go. It'll be meaningless. But honestly, he is still a good player when he plays. I've got no doubt about that. He's a decent player when he plays. He's getting old. He's still got it.
2001, 2002 season goal.
I just don't think he can stay fit. I don't think it's possible. So it's you know. But anyway,
not with our record as well. With players like that, I mean, they just always get injured at West Ham. It's a given.
Immediately. So the next one, we've done 7 minutes, nearly 8 minutes on Wilson. So let's pick up the pace here. Mads Hermansen. After last night, we all know we need a keeper. Yes. I mean, if anyone was in any doubt, they just have to watch that game. That is, and remember back to Forest last year and others. So apparently, we've authorised West Ham the next step talks with Leicester over Dane Mads Hermansen after goalkeeping coach Kasper Angergren's glowing reference. 20 million being readied. Apparently, I thought it was 20. I thought it was 25. But anyway, look, is what it is. We know he's the right keeper. Great in the Premier League for Leicester last year. Yeah, bring him in.
Yeah. Definitely.
What do you think of him, Martin?
I think it's the best option. I like the idea of that Suzuki bloke, if that's true or not, but I don't think we're going to get him.
I love the idea of him. I love the idea of him. Chris obviously loved the idea of him because he does Japanese supporting, didn't you, Chris?
I do. It's a part-time hobby of mine.
Yeah, but that aside, he looked like the real deal. He looked like he's going to be the real deal. Man United tried to get him, but I'm absolutely happy with this one. There is talk about us being linked with, I don't want this, Michael Cooper, Blades keeper.
No.
I don't think we should buy from the Blades. 21 clean sheets, 76.9% save rate. Everton have had a bid rebuffed, apparently. So that's it.
Yeah, but why are Everton going after him? Like, because they've got Pickford, so presumably a second choice. So why are we going for him then? Is our first choice?
I don't know. I mean, it just don't make sense to me. I think the press are lazy sometimes, and whoever we're going for, they say Wolves, Brighton, and Everton also interested.
Yeah,
right. Always, every single player.
Why we're only seem to be
Forest
linked with
as well.
players that some of the crap teams that was with respect, some of the lesser teams are linked with as well, aren't we? At the moment,
Yeah.
that's kind of where we are.
Yeah, but that's lazy journalism in my eyes. That's
It
just
is.
people creating a link just for the sake of it, treating us as skin like the Cartles centre half that I spoke about the other day at ManU. What's the point? There is no point.
Yeah.
So it's not real. It's not real. There's nothing in it. Evan Gousson. Again, this is an interesting one because Nice boss Frank Heiss admits there is a 90% chance that Gousson, who I like, calling that he goes and he's calling West Ham persistent admirers. Hammer scouts watched him smash 13 goals and 10 assists last term. It's about 22 million. Power, pressing, pace, physicality, the lot. He's clean injury record as well, apart from minor hamstrings. Ivorian. So yeah, I like him. I'd really like him.
I don't know enough about him to dislike him or like him. I can only look at his stats, which I'm looking at now. And so he's got 12 goals in 32 for Nice last season, 13 in 41 in all competitions. And then prior to that, not the greatest, 7 goals in 38. I mean, Jesus Christ.
He's 23.
So,
he's 23. Right? He's young.
All right. Okay. I'm just saying, right. So 21, 22, 20 appearances, 1 goal. 25 appearances, 1 goal. Maybe he'll get better. Maybe a bit like that.
When he was 20.
Yeah, all right. I'm just saying, I don't know. Do you know anything about him, Martin?
I've only watched a few of the sort of highlight reels and that, but I keep hearing that we've had scouts watching him, so Potter must be interested in him. So just if he likes him, then it's a yes for me. So I think he suits our sort of system and everything. He's a bit Drogba-like, isn't he? That sort of player.
He is. And I did a deep dive into him in January, Chris. You should go back and watch that video. It's fantastic.
I will do that straight off this show.
Where I convinced myself I liked him. I thought he would be the real deal for us. Exactly the right fit.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's who knows, but it's an interesting comment from the manager. Next one is Harvey Elliott, who has now said he may need to be selfish in terms of getting first team minutes. Handing West Ham a boost, apparently. Liverpool want 50 million, as we know. And look, I mean, it's perfect fit. I think that'll happen. I've been told by someone last night who has been told by somebody he trusts that is very much an ongoing thing, and it's got a very good chance of happening. Very good fit for us as well. We're all in favour of that, aren't we?
Yeah, definitely. 100%.
Yeah.
I mean, if you see more Rodriguez, mate, it's a tough one, but I'm going to have to opt with Elliot, I think.
Yeah, it is tough, isn't it? It's really
tough call.
And then Douglas Luiz, it's like Goussand or Wilson. What are you going to do? Oh, let me think. Douglas Luiz. Now, this looks... the midfield maestro went AWOL from Juve training, forcing the club to slap a 35 million price tag. The Scottish Sun and Goal claim United have joined, here we go, Everton and West Ham. But Luiz's camp, this don't make sense. Still favours a Premier League return. Well, but all 3 of those are fucking Premier League. Juventus will accept 9 million loan plus 26 million obligation. Very kind of them. Is he worth that?
How old is he?
He's 27.
Oh, I mean, he's had some injury problems, hasn't he, in the last sort of 12 months or so?
Well, look, let's have a look. I think I've got that here. Hang on. First of all, do you think he's worth the money? I don't have it. No, injuries, minor.
What do you reckon, Martin?
His injury is minor thigh injury, 2023. That's what he had.
Yeah, if you're getting that Villa player, then great. But something happened last year. It wasn't just the injuries, was it? He hardly featured.
Yeah.
Isn't he going out with Alicia Lehman as well? Yeah, so maybe if we could get them in a double
together, didn't they?
Yeah, we can get them as a double deal. I think they used to play. She used to play for West Ham as well, didn't she?
Alicia Lehman?
Yeah. She did. She was my favourite ever West Ham player. She was.
Yeah.
She was talking about wage parity with Louise. She was outraged that he earned so much. And I mean, like we were saying before, I mean, look, I'm a big advocate for women earning the same as men for doing the same job, and I think it is the same sport. But men's football wages gets driven by the competition they play in, i.e., the Premier League, and how much money that generates which means the clubs get paid for their participation in that competition. That's where their high wages come from. I mean, you compare that to someone in the Scottish Premier League or the Scottish Division 2 or League 2 over here, it's going to be peanuts, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's all relative, isn't it? It's all relative. But yeah, Alicia Lehman, would you take a gal, put her midfield next season?
Well, I think better than Rodriguez for sure.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Put people off. It put a few people off, definitely.
Mike would have her. I can tell we'd have her up front, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Oh, definitely, yeah. Over Wilson and Rodriguez. Even instead of Ariona, I do me.
Yeah. Well, she can't do worse. She can't do worse, can she?
No, she can't.
So he's, to me, I mean, he'll do a job if his head ain't screwed up. I mean, it would be good to understand what's happened at Juventus. I don't know. And the fact that he's just walked out of, he went AWOL, don't sound good, does it?
No, don't want him. I've heard enough. I don't want people with that attitude. At the end of the day, mate, he's playing for one of the biggest Italian clubs out there, right? Huge heritage, and he's disrespecting by walking out. That's unprofessional, mate. I don't know the ins and outs of why, but come on, mate, you're being paid so much money to play for one of the biggest clubs out there, and he's doing that. No, you probably end up coming to West Ham and mugging us off. And I'm sick and tired of people doing that at the kind of tail end of their careers. You know, he's going to look for a decent amount of money on his salary each week. No, I don't want him, mate. No, I don't want him.
He's not at the tail end of his career yet. He's 27, so he's got probably in the middle, probably 3 years at his peak, I would say. He's had no bad injuries, so he should be all right. Might that'll all change if he joined us. Right, before we go, there's one on your dicker. There's no update for. We just really want him to join us because of his name and his ability. There's one other that came from Jacob Steinberg, which is Romano Schmidt of Werder Bremen. Now, he was once known as the Alpine Messi.
Wow.
Yeah, incredible. Austrian international, flair player, very good creativity. He would, he's 25 years old, been at Bremen since 2019. I've been wondering if this is something to do with, I think we've still got one of Stuyton's data analysts working for us. And I think he came from Bremen with Stuyton originally. So I'm wondering whether this is, it's come through that route. 13 million. He sounds like a decent player. I know nothing more about him, but they finished 8th in the Bundesliga last year, Bremen, and he played 32 appearances, so regular, 5 goals, 5 assists. That's pretty good from midfield. And that is it. Yeah. Do you know anything about him? Either of you two?
Very little. Again, I've just when we got linked to him, I just sort of watched a few little clips and that. He looks creative. We definitely need that, don't we? But
the Alpine Messi would be creative, wouldn't they, Martin?
Yeah,
he could do it on ice.
Alpine Messi. I mean, seriously.
Yeah.
Why is it? Well, again, like, why the fuck are we being linked with the Alpine Messi? Like, who the fuck else gets linked with the Alpine Messi? The geezer. You said he was once known as the Alpine Messi, right? He's 25 now. Right? So when was he known as the Alpine? Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I mean? Fucking ridiculous. Absolute nonsense. No, I'm no.
I kind of want the Alpine Messi. I want the Alpine Messi, and he's 2 St Bernards. I really do.
Fucking hell, mate. No, do you know? On your dicker, mate. Bring him in. We've been fucking around with him now for the best part of a month. I called him out at the very beginning. Bring him in. You only need to look at our midfield yesterday. I am, because it annoys me. Like, do you know what it is? It's these players. I think you're purposely linking these players, like the Alpine Messi. Why are you saying this to me? I don't want to know. Fucking the Alpine Messi. What's that all about? Come on. Seriously,
it's supposed to inspire you. Go, wow, it's like the Alpine Messi. Brilliant.
It's like we're playing Football Manager era. We're digging around. Oh yeah, look, he's got. We'll sign him up. The Alpine. No. We honestly, we need to go for players that are younger than him. If we're going to go and gamble with players that are relatively unknown, go for Onyedika. He's younger than the Alpine body Messi. He's got all of the attributes that we need in the middle of the park. Let's stop faffing around. Bring him in. Bring him in now. Why are we fucking around?
He's a defensive mid. The Alpine Messi is a creative player.
I don't care if Alpine Messi can play every single position across the team. I don't want him. I don't even know enough about him to want him, right? But I don't want him. I want Onyedika. I want him in the middle of the park because that's exactly what we need. That is exactly what we need. I'm sorry, like I've seen enough about him. Come on, Martin, back me up on this. Onyedika, you're in favour of Onyedika, aren't you?
I am, yeah. But the Alpine Messi won't be coming if he's watching this, will he?
No, he won't. He won't. He's a big fan of the show. Big fan.
Hopefully, Callum Wilson's watching it. Hopefully, Callum Wilson and the Alpine Messi are watching it together. Oh,
Callum,
shit,
mate,
ain't worth coming.
don't come, Callum. Don't come. Don't warn you. You laugh.
What's this guy's name again? Sorry, I've got to check this out. Sorry, I can't. What's his name again?
Schmidt with a D.
Yeah. What's his first name? Is he just one name?
Romano.
What's his first
Schmidt.
name?
Romano Schmidt.
Romano Schmidt. Okay, Austrian footballer.
Top quality Alpine Messi. He is.
Right. Okay, Romano Schmidt.
He's available for a bargain, 13 million, Chris. Bargain. They don't come along very often.
All right, so let's break this down. Let's break the stats down of the Alpine Messi, right, before we go, right? So the Alpine Messi has made 25 appearances at Austria, scoring 2 goals. Okay.
Yeah.
Hardly Messi kind of levels.
No, it's not according to these stats. In his article, it said 5 goals, 5 assists in 32 appearances, Chris.
Well, for Austria?
Right.
For Austria?
Yeah, no. That just said Bundesliga.
I haven't got to that. I'm talking about his international prowess. I'm looking at how good he's on the world team.
Side. It's like Georgie Best when he played for Northern Ireland. Great player.
No. Right. Stop. Right. Okay. So 2 goals and 25 appearances for his national team. Right. Yeah. So he's playing at Wolfsberger, AC Wolfsberger for a couple of years. Made around about 37 appearances, 3 goals. Hardly, impressive. Don't care. Werder Bremen, 13 goals and 147 appearances. How the hell is this geezer the Alpine? How the hell can you be comparing him to Messi? 13 goals and 147 appearances.
He's a creative midfielder, so yeah. I mean,
but why are we comparing him to Messi?
Well, because that was what they used to call him.
I want to know when. I want to know what fucker called him the Alpine.
I don't know who named him that, Chris, but
he needs to be called out. Geezer needs to be called out for it. You can't go around saying, right, he's an ex-Messi.
Who done that?
Yeah. He needs to be called out, Gal. It's not unacceptable, mate. You cannot have people going out there saying, right, you're the next Messi and getting away with it. It's not fair because then we talk about it and it winds me up. I don't want him.
No. Wind you up, Chris. It's fine. It's fine.
We're going to sign him, aren't we? When I'm away, I guarantee he's going to sign for us. It's going to happen.
A poor man's Marko Arnautovic. Yeah, he could be. I wonder if he was ever known as the Alpine Messi. He probably wasn't, was he? In his home country. No,
Arnautovic is still playing, isn't he? He was at Inter still, and he was on the bench in the Champions League final, wasn't he, the other day?
It's a bit harsh, my disciple. I thought his name was Shit.
It's a sort of player we'll sign, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yeah, he will.
Someone with that type of name, shit.
Yeah, shit. Be playing against Everton, and then we'll play him. Right. So look, we've done pretty well. We've done really well. We're at 1 minute 1. It must be the influence of Martin, that we've actually managed to get, or it's my little timing gadget, which seems to work remarkably well. But Martin, one more thing, right? Where do you sit in the ground with your season ticket? Where do you sit?
Probably more lower.
That's right, and that's why this emergency transfer took place.
It's the only channel for me.
Yeah, exactly. So another match going resident of the Bobby Moore stand. Beautiful thing. Yep. Beautiful thing. Little tear welling up in the corner of my eye.
As he moves over to the posh seats.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
I
thought he was keeping that secret.
I'll still have me seats over there, so I'll be there in spirit.
No, I'm sorry, mate. You made your decision. You're no longer your spirit is not welcome in the Bobby Moore. You wanted to get closer to Sullivan, mate. That's what it was. You wanted to get closer to Sullivan.
I did. But I will still socialise with you guys. Don't you worry. Don't you worry about that.
It's appreciated.
All right. So look, so it was a good first appearance, Martin. I think we've done all right. It's the first 3-man show ever. I think. Have we ever done a 3-man before on here?
We have done a few 3-ways before, Gal.
Oh, we done Akabusi, didn't we? It was the last one, Chris.
No, we've done a. That's a good point, actually. I don't know.
Yeah.
Have we?
Yeah. That was an interview, wasn't it? A good one as well.
Yeah, that was different. God, do you know what? That's really good. Yeah, I think that might be actually. I think you might be right.
There you go. You're a jolly less intimidating version of Julian Dix. Double R, but funny. That's what you are. And he's also a carpenter. So while this show's been going on, he's knocked up a set of shelves, hasn't he, Martin?
I have, yeah. Multitasking.
Yeah.
Martin, you should give your TikTok a shout out as well, because you've got some funny content on there. You have. What's it called?
It's called Talking Hammers. There's a TikTok and a YouTube, but get yourself over there. Have a little bit of fun with everything. It's not all serious, but I'm not a clown, by the way, but I do come out with some proper talk and some facts. But no, it's a good place to be for a West Ham fan. Cheer you up a bit.
Yeah, it is funny.
It is, and that's why I still look at TikTok, because a lot of the content on there is more upbeat. There's some downbeat stuff as well, but I like watching your stuff. So did Chris. Anyway, let us move on and close the show. Thank you all for watching. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Give the video a like if you've enjoyed it. Leave a comment. We try to reply to them all. Be back tomorrow, I think, because I'm hoping we're going to see some proper action in the transfer window now. Thanks to everybody who's left a comment in the live chat. Thanks, Claire, for being the stern mod that you are. And Chris, you're off on holiday from Tuesday for 3 weeks, abandoning us. Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're glad to see the back of me for 3 weeks. So you know,
you need a break. You deserve a break. So I hope you enjoy yourself.
Thank you.
And lucky get. All right. Until next time. See you soon. Come on your way.